What if focus wasn't something you had to force, but something you could switch on? Because most people don't struggle with discipline. They struggle with entering the right state. You sit down to work, and within minutes, your mind drifts. Phone, tabs, distraction, time gone. But neuroscientists have already figured out why. They studied surgeons, athletes, and performers at their peak, and found they were all using the same brain state: flow. And in the next few minutes, I'll show you the 5 elements that create it, and how to understand what actually makes it happen. Because flow isn't random, it's predictable. And once you understand the pattern, you start to notice when it's missing, and how it begins to form. Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi spent decades studying this across thousands of people, and what he found was simple. Flow isn't reserved for a certain type of person. It follows a repeatable structure. So what does that actually look like? Let me break down the 5 core elements of flow, because once you understand these, focus stops being something you try to force and starts becoming something you can actually switch on. And one of these 5 is the difference between people who occasionally experience flow and people who live in it daily. Pay attention to this part. Element 1 is having a clear and specific goal. Your brain does not perform well in fog. Vague intentions like be productive or work on your project don't trigger focus. You need something concrete and measurable, not just writing, but writing exactly 3 paragraphs of your second chapter. Specificity gives your brain a target to lock onto, and that precision is what allows focus to begin. Element 2 is the balance between challenge and skill. This is the heartbeat of flow. Think of it like a dial. Too easy, and your brain gets bored. Too hard, and it gets overwhelmed. But right in the middle, just beyond your comfort zone, your brain activates. That's where flow lives. This is also why video games are so addictive. They constantly adjust difficulty to keep you in that exact zone. Not entertainment design, flow design. And it explains why you can scroll for hours, but struggle to focus for 20 minutes. Element 3 is eliminating distractions completely. Flow is extremely fragile. Even one interruption, a notification, a message, can take up to 20 minutes to recover from mentally. That means your environment has to be designed for focus on purpose. Phone on silent, face down, or better yet, out of the room. Unnecessary tabs closed, notifications off. Your attention isn't unlimited. It needs protection. Element 4 is having a consistent ritual. The brain runs on patterns. It links specific actions to specific mental states. Elite performers have understood this for years. Athletes warm up the same way. Musicians follow pre-performance routines. These aren't habits or superstition. They're conditioning. When you repeat the same sequence before deep work, your brain starts to associate it with focus. And over time, simply starting the ritual begins to shift your state automatically. Your ritual doesn't need to be complex. It could be brewing the same tea, writing the date on a blank page, or pressing play on the same playlist. The form doesn't matter, only the consistency does. This one changes everything, because this is something you can train. Every time you repeat that same sequence. Element 5 is intrinsic motivation. Flow is much easier when you actually care about what you're doing. When your work connects to your curiosity, your growth, or a future you want, your brain is naturally primed for focus. But when you're doing something purely out of obligation, with no real connection to it, flow becomes much harder to access. Now let's turn this into something you can actually use. If you were starting today, it would look like this. Think of this as your flow launch sequence. Before you start, define one clear goal. Write it down. Set a time block, 30 to 90 minutes. Then begin your ritual, the same sequence that signals focus. Once you start, don't wait for motivation. Start small. One sentence, one idea, one action. Momentum matters more than motivation. Small starts dissolve resistance, then commit to single tasking. No switching, no checking anything else. Flow usually appears within 10 to 15 minutes, but only if you stay with it long enough. You'll notice it first in your body. Your mind quiets, your breathing slows, your attention narrows without effort, and once you're in it, work stops feeling forced. It feels like it's happening through you, not by you. Here's a little trick to remember. When your session ends, don't fully finish. Leave something incomplete. A sentence half written, a problem unresolved. This creates an open loop in your brain, making it easier to drop back into flow next time, because your mind stays slightly engaged with it. This is the point most people misunderstand. They think more flow means more hours inside it, so they push longer and harder. But flow doesn't work that way. It's a state that naturally comes in cycles, and without recovery, those cycles get shorter, not stronger. Recovery isn't optional, it's part of the system. Sleep restores it, movement resets it, and quiet time, doing nothing at all, is where everything integrates. That's why your best ideas don't come when you're forcing them, but when you step away. Before we close this, try this once with me. Just take a second and notice where your attention is right now, and gently bring it to one thing. Not everything, just one. One sound, one sensation, or even just your breath, and stay there for a few seconds. This is where focus actually begins, not by forcing your mind, but by choosing where it rests. If you start practicing this, you'll notice something subtle. You stop asking, "How do I focus?" and start noticing that you can enter it when you want. That shift is how this becomes a skill. So here is your recap. Flow is systematic, not mystical. You need 5 things: a clear goal, the right level of challenge, 0 distractions, a consistent ritual, and genuine motivation. Combine them with a structured launch sequence. Protect your flow sessions fiercely and build in real recovery time. Do this consistently, and you will not just perform better. You will experience your life more deeply than most people ever do. If you want a structured way to train this, where you don't have to rely on willpower, I've put something together below you can explore at your own pace, and we'll see you in the next video.